Welcome to another module. In this module, we'll start off with the topic of CSS and we'll understand how we can use CSS to style our web page and create a much more beautiful aesthetic page for the users. And in this particular video, we will go through the introduction to CSS, what CSS is, and what are the different ways in which you can add CSS to your web page. So let us start learning with iDigitalPreneur. Now, CSS or cascading style sheet are the set of styling rules used to style HTML elements in our page. So in a very naive way, CSS is a language which defines the styling of the HTML elements present on your web page. And by default, CSS and HTML are not connected with each other. That means whenever you create any HTML document, it has no correlation with CSS whatsoever. As a developer, it is your job to make that connection. And the way we create this connection between CSS and HTML is using something called HTML attributes. We already learned about HTML attributes in one of the previous videos in the previous module. So using the attributes of classes, IDs, and data attributes, and even normal HTML tags, we make that connection between HTML and CSS so that both of these two languages are aware of each other and there is a bridge, there is a connection between these two. Any CSS file has a file type of .css. There are other formats or other file types for CSS as well, called SCSS and LSS. So we'll be learning about those in the further topics. But any conventional modern CSS file will have a file type of .css. Now, this is a very important rule because it's kind of given in the full form of CSS or cascading style sheets, that each of the CSS rule or each of the styling rules that you write for any of the HTML elements, they are cascading in nature. That means whenever you write a set of rules, let's say there are two rules for a single HTML element, the rule which occurs at the later point of time will be considered to be the valid rule, and whichever rule comes first or before the last rule, that is kind of ignored. So there is this cascading effect that goes on, that the last rule to be written for any particular HTML element is considered to be the final rule, and only those stylings will be applied to the HTML element. There is another topic of CSS specificity which we will learn about in a few videos down the line, but usually if two rules have the same order of precedence, or if they are kind of the same for the same HTML element, the rule which comes later will take preference, and even just those styles will be applied to the element. So this is what a visual representation of that looks like. Let us say there was a rule in which the color of the heading tag was supposed to be red. And then I wrote another rule down the line in the same CSS file, and I made the text font to be orange. Now, there are two conflicting rules for the same HTML element. So due to the cascading nature of CSS, orange one will take preference over the red one, and the final output of the heading text will be orange. Now, we discussed about different ways in which you can add CSS. There are, on a general perspective, we have three ways in which you can add CSS: internal, external, and inline. We can also control CSS using JavaScript, but that is for a later point of discussion. So usually internal CSS is the CSS which is present inside a pair of style tags. So there is a separate style tag present in the HTML specification, and you can write out all your CSS inside of it. There is the most commonly used, which is usually used in any of the bigger projects that you work on. You will be using external CSS, in which you create a separate CSS file, you write your CSS, and then you make a link to that file inside of your HTML. And the last way is using inline CSS, and there is a reason I have written this in red, because we prefer not to write inline CSS, because then inline CSS can have very drastic effects on the HTML elements. Essentially, it is an attribute. There is a style attribute present with each of the HTML element, and inside of that style attribute, you can write out your CSS rules, and that will kind of take the most order of preference. So in case of importance, if you want to understand the importance between these three types of CSS, the the inline CSS will have the highest priority. Then comes the internal CSS, and then finally the external CSS. So if there are three rules written for the same element in three different CSS formats, internal, external, and inline, the one which is coming inline will have a much more greater preference over internal, and internal will have a much more greater preference over external. And this is how we add different CSS styles in our project. Now I have created a basic HTML page and I have my browser open up here. Let's try to create some CSS and see what are the different ways with which you can add CSS to your project. So the first one will be internal, and we already know we write in the CSS styles inside a pair of style tags. Now inside of the style tag, I will write some CSS. So let's say there is an H1 here which says hello CSS learners, and inside of my page I want this heading to have a red color. So inside of my style HTML tag, I will select the H1 header and we will write the color to be red. Don't worry about the syntax, we will be reading about the syntax soon enough. But once I have done this and once I go back, you can see that the text is now red in color. I can add more styles to the same element. Let's say I want to increase the font size to somewhere around 40 pixels, and you can see that the text is now a little bit huge than what it was originally. And let's say I also want to give a background color to the H1, and I want to give it a background color of maybe black. And now you can see that we have started applying some styles to it. Don't worry about the properties which I am adding here. We'll read about all of these properties soon enough. But this is the internal way of adding CSS to your project. The next way is using external CSS, and this is the most commonly used one. I would highly recommend that you use external CSS as the only way of adding CSS to your projects and not internal or inline, until and unless there is a specific requirement that you want to add an internal or inline CSS. So for this purpose, I will create a CSS file inside of my home directory. I will call this style.css. That is the format for my CSS file. And this, I accidentally created it as a folder. This needs to be a file. So I will say style.css, and you can see that once I do style.css, VS Code is smart enough to understand that this is in fact a CSS file. And now I can write in all of my CSS here, and I can make this file as a link to my index.html. So the way you do that is inside of your head, you go ahead and use the link HTML tag. So just type in link and hit on tab, and it will auto complete the link HTML tag for you. And by default, this rel attribute for the link HTML tag specifies the type of file that is to be linked. Here it says style sheet. So the file which is getting linked is a CSS style sheet, and href is nothing but the path of the CSS file. We have already read about href and link when we were studying about anchor tags and image tags. So I will say that my style.css, which is in the same home directory, this is my CSS file which is present. And now inside of my CSS file, I can write all of my CSS code. So I will write the same thing which I wrote as the internal CSS, that the color needs to be red, the font size needs to be 40 pixels, and the background color is black. Now, when I go back, you can see that still I am able to get the CSS for my H1 present in the document. This is the external way of adding CSS to your project. And finally, the last way and the most, I would say, it's more of a non way of adding CSS until unless there is a specific requirement for it, is to use inline CSS. So for using inline CSS, for any HTML attribute, you have a style attribute present, and inside of the style attribute, you go ahead and you write your CSS. So you need to make this as the color needs to be red, and the font size needs to be 40 pixels. And now once I go back, you can see that my style is applied to the HTML element. Now, this is not a very user-friendly way of writing your CSS. You would rather want to write your CSS in a much more structured way. But inline CSS, mind you, has the highest precedence. So if I have, let's say, the same, let me link the style.css file, and here I have some stylings present for the h1 tag, but now I go ahead and change the color from red to blue for the inline HTML or the inline CSS, and this needs to be 60 pixels, right? So now there is a conflict between the same element with two different CSS styles. Now what do you think the output would be? Exactly. This needs to be blue in color, and this is 60 pixels. So let me just remove the background color because that is getting added. So now out of this style and the inline style takes preference over the external CSS, and no matter what I write here the color to be, let's say I add this to be yellow, still the text color will always be blue because the inline CSS has a color of blue. So this is what precedence of CSS is all about. This is kind of a cascading effect. And if you want to see more cascading effects, let me just remove this style because that will take much more precedence. And here for the H1, I will say that the color needs to be red and the font size needs to be 20 pixels. Now I have two rule sets, two CSS rules for the same element inside of my document H1. Now, because of the cascading nature of CSS, the second rule, that is color red and font size of 20 pixels, that takes preference even though I have another rule set for the same element. This is what cascading is all about, and this is another topic of discussion for CSS specificity. But this kind of brings us to the end of how you can start adding CSS or how you can start integrating CSS to your HTML project. We will continue working towards learning more concepts and more properties around CSS. Till then, I will see you all in the next video.